Jane Evans, the Lasting Life Change Coach. Did you know that you have a meerkat brain? Yep, you do, I do, everyone has. And why does that even matter? Well, it turns out that when we lose it with our children, when we start rushing around and we can't focus and we're not productive and we just can't concentrate on anything for 2 seconds or even be still, it turns out that it's our meerkat brain that is really struggling. It's really stressed, it's really busy, and it's just kind of got out of control. So let me explain this to you a bit more. So in my model that I use, you have a meerkat brain, a little emotional elephant brain, and a monkey, yes I know it's a gorilla, and a monkey brain. And that equates to the amazing triune brain theory, but also a really fabulous way of explaining it, which is Dan Siegel. He uses a hand. So Dan Siegel is a very famous neuroscientist. He's written lots of amazing books. Go check him out. Now he talks about the hand model. So the meerkat brain is down here. So it's at the base of your skull inside, and it's very much joined on to your body, which is why, because this is all about survival, when we are stressed and anxious, this has a big interaction with our bodies. And then in Dan Siegel's model, the middle part of the brain, so literally survival brain, middle part of the brain, it's like an emotional memory bank. So elephants truly do not forget. So this part of the brain is your emotional elephant part of your brain. So it stores, whoops, that's my elephant falling on the floor. It stores particularly memories that have strong negative emotions because they're linked to our survival. And it's very closely connected with the survival meerkat brain. And then on the top is our clever monkey brain. So our clever monkey brain wraps around these two, okay? This is the conscious mind. This is the thinking, reflecting. Should I really do that? Should I really have another chocolate biscuit? I wonder how so-and-so is feeling. Should I do this, that, and the other? It's amazing, it's brilliant, and it's wonderful. But you know what? It's not available to us much of the time, it turns out. We think that we make a lot of intelligent, conscious decisions, and we think that particularly when we're parenting. But you know what? That's just not true. Most of daily life, this is offline. Now, Dan Siegel talks about us flipping our lids. But we do that a great deal of the time. So what are we then left with? Well, we're then left with the middle of the brain, which is very much about trying to prioritize being in relationship and connection with people, and it's very much about emotional memories. So we're left with lots of emotions and the ability to be in fight, flight, freeze, or over befriending as survival strategies. So this can make us literally run by our emotions. We have emotional reactions to everything, particularly our children, and then we're in the survival modes of fight, flight, freeze, flop, and befriend. And they're not thinking states, they are reactive states. So how do we bring this upper brain, this clever, reflective, let's calm everything down and actually speak to ourselves first and foremost, other people, and of course, really importantly to our children, in a calmer, kinder, more compassionate way? This is much easier when we're like this. We can be in that really compassionate, reflective, teaching space. Now that could be for ourselves, but again, also for our children. Well, in order to achieve this, we have to help out the emotions and we have to down-regulate the meerkat. So what does the meerkat like? Well, think of if you've ever picked up a baby, and if you're a parent, hopefully you have, the first thing you do, and even if you're not a parent, most of us when we pick up a baby, the first thing we do is we start slightly jiggling it, we rock it, we pat it. If we've got them in a stroller, we rock the stroller, sometimes even a shopping trolley we will also do this with. It's wired into us, that rhythm, 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 rock, rock, rock. And that is what the meerkat likes, but it needs to be done, you know, at a pace that it can handle. So simple things like breathing, it has a rhythm to it. And when we do it in that kind of intentional way, particularly for me putting my hand on my heart, my meerkat loves that. I've actually got my hand on my belly as well. That signals to my below conscious being that I'm safe. And then if I send air all the way down to this lower part of my body as well, which again reassures my body and therefore my survival meerkat brain and then my emotional brain that I'm safe, then I start to settle down. I hope that's helpful to you as a bit of an introduction to your fabulous meerkat brain. It's featured in my book. It's also featured in my Taming and Tending Your Meerkat Brain TED Talk, which you can find here on YouTube. So have fun with your meerkat, get to know it, find out what it likes, and very importantly, discover also what your child's meerkat brain likes and needs.